Right. We are almost ready to go. We are almost ready to go. Please continue to be patient with me. And please know that because we do this annually once a year, um, it's a big deal. So even if no one gets on here, I want you guys to know consistency matters, and it's a big deal for us to be able to keep the trust going, that people know we're going to do what we say we're going to do. So that's why this is a big deal for us to still go through with this, even if nobody gets on. So I just can't stress that enough. I do coach people up on being consistent, so that way they're not being moved by who shows up and who doesn't show up. That you just do your part. And I think when people do that, uh, it builds more confidence in whatever it is that you're saying you do, and people can believe in you. But while we wait on a few people, for me to text a few people, let me tell y'all what the summit is. The Global Summit is one of the four items that we feel is the game changer for Black people around the world. And those four things are called CATS, CATS. The C is for conventions, the A is for awards, the T is for tour, and the S is for today, the summit. And so each one of those four things inside of CATS represent what we feel is going to take for us to change the whole Black society around. The conventions allow us to deal with our boredom, and we have a lot of people bored sitting around in Mississippi and Atlanta and Detroit, St. Louis. And with the conventions, it will allow them to have a place to go, a reason to travel, people to meet. We also, the awards helps us deal with our trauma because it allows us to honor people, find reasons, almost excuses to honor people, to make sure that people feel special and loved. So that's why the awards matter. And the awards is whatever you want it to be because it's your money. You're financing these awards. So that's the key there. Then the tours is really designed to deal with our ego. We have a lot of competition, unwarranted competition, non for profit game banging, religious game banging, fraternity, sorority game banging, you name it. There's reasons to be in conflict with each other. So what the tour does, the tour allow us to bypass all that, be the best. But can you be the best while we moving around neighborhood to neighborhood? So the neighborhood will decide if this group is better than this group when it came to how they treated them when they was on tour in their neighborhood. So that's what that is. We're on tour now in Marquette Park. That's why I'm on the ground in Marquette Park right now. And this is the summit that happens at the end of the month when we're on tour. And it also deals with our Black businesses too. So it allow us to link in with the Black businesses and make sure that they're getting the Name Your Force support. Okay. And of course, the summit is what today is. The summit closes out the month. It allows us to give you guys an updated report. It's our accountability tool. It allows you to hear how much came in, how much went out, things of that nature. At least that's the goal. We'll be talking about what happened this month that was different from last month. And so, but that's just what CATS is: the convention, the awards, the tours, and the summit. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. So I think I got enough people invited. I'm going to go ahead now and show my face and get started. Get one more person here. And we will have breaks as well, you guys, because when we're doing these summits in person, we want people to be able to, take a break and not have all this information coming at them nonstop. All right, that's it. Here we go. You show my face here, and we are go. All right, everyone. So again, your host Cy Smith coming to you from inside of a vehicle. Um, um, we had this major, unheard of tornado touchdown in Northwest Indiana, southern, far south west, southeast Illinois, tip of Illinois, south suburbs, still in Cook County. And it's been devastating. Uh, we may have lost 8 people, 8 lives, 3 for sure, but I heard 5 others. And so condolences always go out when there's a loss of life. Property, we'll replace that, look back on that 20 years from now. But when lives are lost, that's when there's no coming back from that. So that's why I'm in the car, because I just got stuff discombobulated. You'll hear me talk about that all during out this 2 hour session, because it really has been a disruption. We just fighting through it. 11 days without electricity. That's a big deal. So anyway, let me go through this, so you guys will know what's happening here. The date is Saturday, August 22nd. This here is a 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock session. It's our accountability. We call it the Global Summit, where we talk about all of our jurisdictions where we have relationships in. And this is the day that we want the F through K people to sit down and hear how they perform all month long. So how did the F through K people do in each of these areas? We're going to go over rural America, primarily Mississippi and Bucksport, South Carolina. We're going to go over our youth, our safety. We're going to go over our economics. We're going to go over our construction. We're going to go over our education, health, food, policy, and legal. And then we're going to open it up for anyone that want to jump on and ask questions, things of that nature. This is crucial, what I just described to you guys, because when you look at the state of Black America, Black society, these are the areas that we are under attack and how we're losing in many of these areas. I can't name you where we're winning at. And if we name entertainment, sports, music, sure, we're winning tangibly, but we're not winning in terms of controlling our own and also leaving a legacy to our children and grandchildren. So we're not winning. We're surviving. We're trying to persevere despite having a knee on our neck. So anyway, let's go through the zip codes first. And what I would do with this part here, I just summarize this. The west side of Chicago is going to get the tour next month. So next month in September, we'll be on tour in zip code 60644. And then last month we was in zip code 60623. So we spent 4 months out of the 12-month calendar on the west side. We spent 4 months out of the 12-month calendar on the south side. Then we spent 4 months out of 12 months of Chicago on the east side of Chicago. That gets us through the whole year. We repeat it every year. So from a roll call perspective, what should have happened, and it is not happening, and I knew it wouldn't happen because I can see the indications, is our F through K last name people ideally would have been on this call, running this call today. I don't like calling people out because I know what we're going through as a people, as a collective. But at some point, I want to make sure we know what success looks like. And what success looks like is that the last names who turn it is running everything, and myself and others get to participate, to come, sit in, listen in, watch, but not have to lead it. So that's a sign of dysfunction when we require or we're dependent on one person to do everything. We don't want that. We don't want to have that because the enemy would just take that person out and the movement stops. So we want the last names to own it when it's their turn. Okay, so let's go through the roll call. I'm gonna read to you guys the 100 people who this month um, ideally would be on this call and helping to run what we're doing. So we have Jeanette, last name F, Gail, last name F, Erica, last name F, Chastity, last name F, Marsha, last name F, Alice, last name G, Melvina, last name G, Terry, last name G, Mo, last name G, Carol, last name G, Claude, last name G, Solomon, last name H, Delta, last name H, Frank, last name H, LaShawn, last name H, Brenton, last name H, Sydney, last name H, Carol, last name H, Joseph, last name H, Mary, last name H, Mac, last name H, Johnny, last name H, Karen, last name H, Mrs. Hall, Stan, last name H. I just read to you 25 leaders all under the convention portion of CATS, Convention Awards, Tours, and Summits. All right, this is important. I got to do it. We got Veronica. These are mainly West Siders with the awards, Chicago West Side. Veronica, last name F. Vernita, last name F. Carol, last name G. Victor, last name G. Claude, last name G. Sam, last name H. Ann, last name H. Verdale, last name H. Noreen, last name H. Paul, last name H. Delta, last name H. Ralph, last name H. Anika, last name H. Mary, last name J. Stephen, last name J. O'Neill, last name J. Alethea, last name J. Miss Hudson, Edie, last name J. Jasmine, last name J. Kernitha, last name J. Diney, last name J. Ella, last name I. Clarence, last name K. Just read to you our leaders, primarily on the West Side. They deal with the awards. The awards. All right. Now let's move on to the tours. The tours is mainly business owners, but also people on the East Side of Chicago. So MG, last name G. Vicky, last name H. Keithrick, last name H. Michonne, last name J. Emily, last name J. Rady, last name K. Pasha, last name G. Janice, last name J. Garden, last name G. Roosevelt, last name G. Claude, last name H. Rhea, last name H. Erica, last name H. Hurley, last name G. Don, last name H. Vernon, last name H. Eric, last name H. Gia, last name J. Tennille, last name J. Ina, last name J. Latanya, last name J. Don, last name J. Falaki, last name K. Eric, last name K. I just read to you the tours. Those are the people who are their own business owners or they live on the east side of Chicago. Last names F through K. That's who ideally would be on here now. And the last one is our summit people, and I'm gonna go through those names. These are primarily people on the south side of Chicago. We got Lisa, last name F, Chastity, last name F, Marsha, last name F, Terry, last name G, Judy, last name G, Sabrina, last name H, Jackie, last name H, Dennis, last name H, Lionel, last name H, Glendora, last name H, Linda, last name H, Nicole, last name H, Donna, last name H, Billy, last name H, Tavares, last name J, Shango, last name J. Don, last name J. Bobby Joe, last name J. Vanessa, last name J. We got Stephanie, last name J. We have Giovanna, last name J. We got Sharon, last name J. And Denise, last name K. And I see one person, he's here, Claude G. What is up, Claude?
Hey, how you doing?
Going through the roll call, so your timing is impeccable. How you doing all right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm
How much
actually on my
time?
way to Indiana right now.
Oh, you going to help out?
Well, I'm going, yeah, I'm gotta go to my niece's house do something there. I gotta go with Dante. I gotta do three things I gotta do over there. So I'm on my en route now.
All right, good stuff. Well, we gonna get your report in, man, so that way you can jump off whenever you need to get your
No,
thoughts on
I'm
some
I'm
things.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm good.
Okay. So if that's the case, let me finish that part of CAT. So convention, awards, tours, summit, you guys. So that CATs represent bringing Black society together from Africa, Brazil, here in America. And it's designed so that it's always something vibrant happening. People are moving around. When you look at other ethnicities, because they don't have the knee on their neck like us, they're able to have vibrancy in their neighborhoods. This is going to allow us to bring vibrancy to Black America, and it's going to give our people in Africa and Brazil reasons to travel here and be plugging right into us in a very strategic, holistic way because of the way it's set up. So when a nurse comes from Africa, they're going to be linked in with the nurses here. When a nurse come in from Brazil, they're going to be linked in. So that's going to allow us to have more holistic relationships as people because of the structure and the way things are set up. The rural report, I need to go over this real quick. There are 9 small towns in the South, where majority of Black people in America live is in the South. So Whitehall, Alabama has about 779 people, very small town, but they're responsible for all of our birthdays in Black America. So this little town of less than 800 people is gonna have to open up 7 offices to manage just making sure we acknowledge all of our birthdays in Black America. The reason that matters is because Unfortunately, our community, we love everyone that for our birthday, we ask these non-for-profits, these big corporations, non-for-profit corporations to send money to them. And these people put us at the back of the bus when it comes to supporting us, whether it's dealing with leukemia and all these other conditions. And what we're saying is we got to put us first. And so Whitehall, Alabama is going to help us with making sure that we acknowledge all our people's birthdays and we try to redirect your charitable support to them charities to Black direct action, where you're going to feel the impact of what they do to support our people with leukemia, bone marrow, things of that nature. So Whitehall, Alabama is going to do that. It's a 99% Black town. Mount Bayou, Mississippi, 1,400 people there. This is the first Black town started by two Black men and been Black owned ever since. So it is our pie in the sky when it comes to Black, what it looks like to be an all Black town run successfully for since its inception, July 12th, 1862. Mount Bayou is responsible for making sure that all of our people know their duty day. So we're going to open up 7 offices there to do that. Then we have Metcalf, Mississippi. Metcalf, Mississippi has 999 people, majority Black, 99% Black. Their role is, believe it or not, ensuring that all 46 million people are asked to get $1. To be able to do that, they're going to have 7 offices open just to ask for that money, you guys. Um, Actually, that's Falcon, Mississippi. I'm sorry. Metcalf, Mississippi is going to make sure everyone is naming their 4 Black businesses. Same thing, 7 officers to be able to reach all 46 million Black people and get their 4 Black businesses they spent money with each and every month. Falcon, Mississippi is the one that's going to do what I just described and ask everyone to give their $1. Falcon, Mississippi has 150 people there. And just imagine how many people we're going to have moved to Falcon, Mississippi to help manage the 46 million people they're going to have to reach out to every month. So that's going to be a job creator big time in Falcon. Bucksport, South Carolina, 99% Black, right there by Myrtle Beach. If you guys have been to Myrtle Beach, their role is to make sure every 46 million people know their last name solution 2 months out the year. DJ Claude is on here now because his last name is H. This is him fulfilling. He did it in February, and then again 6 months later, August, he's fulfilling his second term, which is the 2 things we ask people to do a year. And so with that, we're not stressing you out, bugging you, but it allows our system to work and function. And Bucksport, South Carolina is going to be responsible for making sure everybody knows they're 2 times out the year, which is every 6 months. All right, then we rolling over to Cofield, North Carolina. This is another small Black town, 382 people there, 99% Black. Their whole purpose is to identify all of our students, kindergarten through 12th grade, to make sure that they know what professions are supporting them. And remember, every profession is supporting a specific grade. All barbers are supporting 8th graders. All carpenters are supporting 3rd graders. So that's the beauty is North Carolina Cofield is going to help educate all our business owners on what grades they've been asked to help. Moses, Alabama. Moses, Alabama, 914 people there again, almost 100% Black. Their role is to identify every single Black person and ask them to refer their family and friends. So this is our referral headquarters that's going to help us in that regard. So they're going to help us grow. When we get our 1,000 people doing their $1, then they go get them to refer their spouse, get us to 2,000. So that's Moses, Alabama, almost 100% Black town. Coahoma, Mississippi, 335 Black people there. Their job is to all 46 million Black people. We want to get the 4 times out the year that you need support. 4 times out the year. The reason we want to know that is so that we can have predictability, so you don't catch us off guard. Because we know with the last name solution, every month we know who we're going to add to help, but we need to know ahead of time when you need help. So for instance, my birthday is every January. I already know that's a tough month for me because that's the beginning of the year. Got to pay all these bills back from last year, things of that nature. So when my birthday come around, my wife put the call out, people help. That really adds value to paying off last year's debt for running the organization. So we want to find out from you, what's your 4 times out the year quarterly that you can use support? because as a people, we're going to go further when we're vibrating money around through each other to help each other reach goals. All right. And Ocala, Florida is the last one. Ocala, Florida is not as black. There's 69,000 people there. And black people are less than 30% of the population. But because it's in Florida, and Florida is a black, a pretty, we got 20% black people in Florida. So we wanted to make sure we have Florida and not Miami. That's where everyone go to. This is Northern Florida. And so they're going to help us with resumes for every student starting from I think fourth grade all the way up till they get out of college. All right, what do you think about all that, DJ Clark? You might be on mute.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds excellent. Yeah.
Any
The four of
any
us,
holes in that?
anybody, the people need help, yeah, tell them reach out. We can all, like you say, every now and then we donate $5 to an organization, and that will help if we did
It
that.
adds up. Now it
Yeah,
adds
that's
up.
up.
People
Yeah, yeah.
people don't realize the little from a lot of people is collective, and that's what really matters when you know and you feel like a bunch of people came together for you. That's a beautiful
Right.
feeling
Yep.
to have, and so
Yep. That
that's the
is.
key.
Yep.
All right.
That's excellent. Yeah. So yeah,
So,
that we can always keep that in place. So that's
oh
good.
yeah,
Yep.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We got you.
Yeah.
And so the violence, of course, is always unacceptable in our community. And so every Monday is Safety Day. So we want to create an atmosphere where we're spreading love so much that violence doesn't feel comfortable. Right now, because people don't need know their neighbors, don't want to know their neighbors, that the spirit of lack of connectedness allow people and critters to get in between and hurt, harm, and kidnap us because we just not as connected as we used to be and as we could be. So for us, we want to make sure people know the three pillars when we talk about anti-violence is habits, schedule, network. That's HSN, habits, schedule, network. So what habits do we have that's going to help us lower this violence? The habit of the 7 daily living habits is going to help us because that means Friday the seniors taken care of, Saturday the youth taken care of, that means the black businesses are taken care of on Wednesday. That means the students are taken care of on Tuesday, Education Day. So with everyone having time to be loved on, what is that going to do? It's going to create an atmosphere where we feel like we loving each other again, and that's directly
There
going
you
to
go.
go against the negative and the hopelessness. What any thoughts on that?
Not on mine.
Excellent. All right. So let's talk about the next item, which is the entertainment conspiracy. All right. What is a conspiracy? Conspiracy is when people conspire, meaning they get together and agree to do something. And most of the time, it's something illegal, immoral. So, what I've been saying for a long time is the entertainment industry that's not controlled by Black people, but it is predominantly Black people. The leaders, the financiers of it have conspired to ensure that they can maintain their control. Michael Jackson, whose birthday is coming up here, he talked about, he named specifically the executives who he called the devil himself. And Mike is a mild mannered spirit. So for Michael to say that, it has some real teeth to it because Mike don't get down like that. And so he named who these people were in these major companies and how he outsmarted them to get his masters and things in that nature. They got videos showing Beyonce sitting on the lap of a guy that I think he runs some sex channel type stuff. So the point is, very evil, insecure descendants of the savages run these industries that we are the biggest artists with, and in sports and things of that nature. The time is past for us to stop being so dependent on them and to start to create our own. What brother Ice Cube is doing right now in the entertainment is beautiful, and I've heard that they've come after him, some of the leaders of the NBA, because they don't want competition. They don't want this little thing, which I'm not disrespecting Ice Cube, his 3-on-3 to grow. So they want to nip it in the bud so it doesn't grow. And so what he's doing is what ideally we'll be doing as a whole. Get control of all these areas where we're making all the money for non-black people and let's run it. I believe in Mississippi, we should have a statewide sports league. That's for us. That's what I believe we should be doing. Any thoughts on that, Brother Clark?
Um, yeah, we should. And because one thing I know, I listened to the Diaz. He said mostly the black companies are not owned by blacks, so we don't have nothing to show the black excellence. And that's another
Yeah,
thing because it's owned by the other nationality that
yeah,
we, that don't, they're taking over the country, our our, our organization for profit,
yeah.
and it's for profit for not excelling. Give us our, what they call it? Give us our. I forgot the name. I can't think.
And
My
not
mind is
I just
saying that.
do. Give us our
Just do,
just.
yeah, just do, or and to show us the good things that we do.
Yeah,
You
positive
know,
light. Nah, I'm with you.
the positive, yeah, yeah,
I'm totally with you on that. And we don't expect the people who need us to stay suppressed to
right.
like show us in a positive light. Why would they when they need you to
No,
stay
because it's
suppressed?
profit for them. It's profit for
Right.
them.
They they they
It's
they
real profit.
show, Claude, they show there's over 50 armed conflicts happening in Africa right now.
Hmm.
And Congo is one of the places. And the sad thing is, in these places where blacks are killing each other, it's always a non-black person behind the scenes who's
Yeah,
orchestrating it, giving guns to them, encouraging them to look at their brother as the enemy. And the sad part
yes,
about that is while they're doing that, major companies that's making these cell phones, they're over there extracting the uranium out. They're extracting the plutonium out. They're extracting all the things they're mining. They're getting it out while blacks are fighting each other in
yes,
Africa. So we know Black Americans have a role to play because we are the most influential, the most economically sound black people in the world. We are.
yeah,
We
yeah,
have more money, $1.8 trillion spending to the whole
yeah,
country of Spain at $1.4 trillion GDP. So
right,
when you look at this, we got what we need, but we just haven't pulled it in coordination yet. That's our
right.
challenge.
That's it. Yep, that's it. Another thing is, I realized that some of the record labels only gonna let you promote certain songs.
Oh,
They're
big
not
time.
gonna let you promote. So that's why when people get these songs, they're like, "Well, we don't want no general R&B. We want hardcore rap. If you can't give us hardcore rap, we're not gonna
Yeah.
sign you on this label."
Yep. Yep. Oh
And
yeah.
they doing
Oh
that.
yeah.
They doing
Yeah.
that.
Well, remember KRS-One got a song talking about the each of Jacob's sons, all the 12 tribes of Israel. And
Mhm.
again, that's why they said in the late 80s, we got to destroy this conscious rap because this gonna wake up this younger generation. And that's when they
Yes.
start using Jerry Heller over there with NWA Interscope Records and got NWA going and the gangster rap West Coast. And that was a
Right.
direct way of channeling our negative in our, experience into the negative, not the positive,
Right.
and then making us appear more gangster tough. And if you
Right.
educated, I mean you soft and weak. They they,
Mhm.
they started that in the late 80s. What you think about
That's
that?
true. Yeah, Jerry, and he started. You're right, and also he was behind to make sure that he can control them by not giving them the money they need to have. So that's
Big
what it
time.
was.
Big
Hmm.
time, big time. Remember, Michael Jackson said it. He was the most powerful entertainer in the world.
Yeah.
So we
Hmm.
know the bottom line: the entertainment industry is the one area that we dominate in, except ownership. But it's the area
That's
where
right.
I
We don't have
created.
ownership. That's true. Well, we
And,
don't.
and here's the thing that I got to give us credit for. So, a white pastor talked about how Jennifer Hudson sung and how she digs in your soul with her voice and how powerful it is. And it's true. And the
Hmm.
reason that black women in particular can hit them notes and go down deep is because
Hmm.
of the struggle. It's because
That's
of the
right.
resiliency, the endurance, the no
Hmm.
matter what, we got to make it so you can go and bring that note all the way out the bowels of your gut and
Hmm.
just make people cry hearing it. How can a person who's been privileged their whole life do that?
They can't. They can't. They can't.
You got to
They don't
go
have
through
no. They don't
something,
have no struggle. They don't have no struggle in their life at all. Not
right?
one struggle.
So what do you talk about? Most music and songs is about how to overcome if you privileged, what you overcome it? Boredom. Like, you know,
Nothing.
so that's
Yeah,
where
that's
the
it.
music we
Mhm.
so
That's why
that's the
we got
strength.
more creative because we endure more, so we can create more.
Because that's right, because of the suppression, you got to
Yeah.
figure it out, and then figuring it
Hmm.
out is the creation. And they don't realize that when you let someone go through a lot, what you're really doing is making them stronger because they got to
That's it.
figure it out. And so you just made them stronger by holding back something.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's why
that's why we set the
sell
show
more albums than they will ever sell,
big time.
and they
Oh yeah, yeah.
and they listen to us music more than they listen to their own music, and that's bad. Well, you have to
But
listen
but
to
but
our
but
music more.
that's not. But deep down, all the other people love us for what we produce, just not who
Right.
we are. So yeah,
That's
so
it.
even from a sexual standpoint, some of the ladies love what the guys bring to the table, but they don't want to be family with you, or they don't want to be around your
Right.
family. So we get all of
That's it.
those
Yeah.
factuations that people have, but don't want to commit to the whole person.
Right.
So
That's
all
true.
right, so missing persons. Now, y'all know we talk about this all the time. Every second Wednesday of the month is Missing Persons Day, and you know FBI says the most missing people in America are Black women. We know our organs and the melanin in our skin is very valuable. So when we say we're missing, we can't put it past the fact that some people are out here profiting on taking body parts from the most resilient bodies out here that absorb the sun and all that type of stuff. So it's a big deal. And what we could do and should be doing when it comes to missing persons is we should, on your own block, identify buildings that's vacant, that's boarded up, and those who might have the boards taken down, because safe havens are needed when you kidnap, abduct somebody like that. So any house that's occupied, unless the household participants are a part of it, you ain't got to worry about no missing person being in there for the most part. So we block by block need to identify those vacant buildings and find out who the owners are, things of that nature. In Chicago, they must have the owner's phone number on the property so you can see it. We're trying to get that law going in other places so that way that'll be a standard to know who owns these vacant buildings, even if they don't live there. The other thing is any vans, any vehicles in our neighborhood that you can't see on the inside, we want you to text the location and the license plate number to 312-405-8844. That directly comes to us so we can log that van. If someone come up missing, we want to be able to have our own database of vans that potentially could have one of our people inside of it. Any thoughts on that, DJ?
Yeah. Okay. Now you said now I'm okay with that, but some bands you can't look in because they work band. You can pretty much you say
Yeah.
work bands because it's not.
No,
The
we
thing about it
report
is
those
now.
too though. DJ
Okay.
Clark, report those too. That don't mean we gonna do nothing to them. We just need to know.
Okay. I understand. Another thing about people name and stuff in front of their building. That's not a law. It's a city ordinance. Only if you get a fine, then you have to put that name and your contact on the information of the bill. But if you ain't had no contact with the city, no violation, they're not gonna
I'm,
let you. You don't have to put it on there.
Now, I think what you're saying is partially true. It's an ordinance number to it, so it is the law. The enforcement of it is the issue, and I think they're only enforcing it on people who already had a
Who is
run-in
that?
with them. But
Right.
everyone,
That's it.
no, and it's only if you're an absentee landlord. If you own it and you live there, you don't have to do that. So let's just make that real clear. It's when you don't live there, and the enforcement of it is what you're talking about, and they're not enforcing it on people. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a million homes, so that's gonna be hard to enforce that.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah.
if you live there, ain't no need to do that. You not go knock on the door. It's when you don't live there. That's the issue.
Right.
Good
Yeah.
point. So the other thing, and I gotta put this out there so our people will know, there are other ethnic groups moving in traditionally Black neighborhoods, from Vine City, Atlanta to Chicago, Gary. And I'm gonna say this as cleanly as I can say this. Um, Black neighborhoods in the United States of America are white collar crime scenes. Let me say that again. Black neighborhoods in these United States of America are white collar crime scenes. What do I mean by that? When you moving in these neighborhoods where blacks were forced to be at for 60, 80 years, you're disrupting the evidence. See, it's evident that food deserts, it's evident that liquor stores, it's evident that all these other business owners in black neighborhoods, it showed that this was a continuation of what we've been through from slavery to Jim Crow to current state. Now that you're introducing the Latin community into black neighborhoods, because they haven't been oppressed at the level we have, they have more stick-to-itiveness right now. They can coordinate and survive. And what that gives to the lazy man and their descendants is the see if they did it, you can do it. So you disrupting the evidence that we had that we're still redlined in our neighborhoods. We don't have access to capital. We don't have, police responding to us. And now you bring in another group who can sell stuff right in the neighborhood that when you tried to sell it, they hit you for not having a permit and license. So I just want people to know that's the issue to me when others are now moving in black neighborhoods is now you're going to be able to say, see, I don't know why y'all been there and y'all didn't do this. That's the challenge. What do you think about that, DJ?
Yeah, that is a challenge because they weren't gonna give it to us anyway. They're gonna give it to them, and they're gonna give them all the tax breaks. And we keep supporting it, but we don't get no. But we they won't give it to us. We gonna have to pay
Yeah.
all the taxes when we move in. They don't. And they
So
just
so
they send somebody else.
so one of the things that really pained my spirit is the McDonald's on 63rd and King Drive. It's closed now. But
It's closed for over
I,
20 years.
I watched a non-black person have corn right outside there when it was open, and now that they've been closed 20 years, you say, still out there selling corn across the street from where they shoot and kill black teenagers.
Yeah.
How dysfunctional is that? Let's think about the mindset of this Hispanic group, because it's not just him, it's a group. They had to, in their mind, say, them people or those black people, they kill each other. We don't have to worry about them killing us. That had to happen mentally and vocally to agree to go into an area where killing is irregular. Am I off with that thinking? You think they made a conscious decision that they safe and that's why they can go over there in the heart of that neck of the woods?
I don't know. I don't know if they I don't know. I think they probably just say it's, I don't know. They might
But
think
what
like that.
let's probe you what you said you don't know. So do you go into danger without thinking about it? Do you think that's logical just to go where it's dangerous at? You had to make some rationale where it ain't dangerous for me. You just don't go anywhere. I think I could be off.
Sometimes I think about it, sometimes I don't.
Okay, so when you don't think about it, when you go over there and you see people, do you get any do you say, damn, maybe like what goes to your mind when you don't think about a dangerous area, you go there? Do anything come to your mind?
Safety, most.
I hope so. The
I
goal is
think
to
about
get home,
safety,
get
my
back home.
safety for anything, right? I say, okay,
So
well, how do I be safe on this situation? That's what I think about.
I think everybody like you don't want to not come home at night, and so when you hear it on the news that they shot over there on 63rd, 64th, something got to go in your mind to make you say, "Well, I'm gonna still go over there because it ain't me." You know what I mean? Something. I just refuse to think that they clueless and they just going wandering around, going places. I think it's a determination is made that we go be all right.
Yeah, well, I think like that. Like I DJ with my partner Thursday. I did the setup for him. I said I help you out with the DJ job. We on 62nd English side. I don't know if it's a cap or something for the female organization. The people all out for a repad. I know the guy who passed away. So I'm helping my boy, playing music. But next thing you know, the lady came in and said, you might make an announcement, police don't want nobody to leave, but they're shooting outside. That's 6 blocks, that's about 6, 7 blocks away from my house. So I said, well, they have a party. I don't know if I should make the announcement because everybody gonna be startled. They're gonna stop dancing. They're gonna worry about what's
Yeah.
going on. So I went to the door. And the lady who was at the door was the manager of the building. She said, "I'm not letting nobody out." So I said, "Good," because I don't really want to make an announcement and then everybody gonna just stop and then gonna start and they're gonna want to know what's going on. So she said, "No. If anything, I'll let you know." I said, "Good." Then we just keep the party going. No, a lot of people, nobody knew what was going on or they were still having a good time. So, but if they were about to leave and come to the door, then they would find out that they can't leave. So I didn't want to startle the people. But I'm
Now,
in the area, I'm thinking I'm safe because I'm by the house.
yeah,
So my
yeah.
mind thinking I'm safe. I'm 7 blocks away from the house. So I'm not thinking about nothing bad, but it happened.
Now
So
that's real. That's real. Now the flip side, if a straight bullet would have came in there and hit somebody, and y'all knew it, didn't tell nobody. So I think you got to
that
weigh
would have
that
been a
both
problem.
ways. That
Yeah,
you got to weigh that both ways. That you knew the danger was there. You didn't alert the
right.
people so they can make their own. But I know what you're saying. You don't want an E2 situation where people are stampeding out and then trampling on
Right,
people. So it's tough.
right.
It's tough.
So,
It's not an easy
but I
thing.
was I was glad there was two doors before you come in the place. Then you got a door
Okay.
to the banquet hall too. So that was like more or less a more safety issue there, where we
Yeah,
closed the doors. And the police was outside circling the parking lot. So police was out there also. So
that
they
helps.
was
Yeah, that
like, yeah,
definitely.
they was like, we don't want nobody leaving out. We want to make sure the whole area is secure. So that was good. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next portion here is economics. And DJ Clyde, you know how you always come through financially and everything. So every Wednesday is our economic day. 60637 is the first Wednesday of the month, duty day. That's what DJ Clyde's zip code is. And so for everyone who don't know, we're saying Wednesdays are the Bad Black Day. Don't spend money with people who don't care about what we're going through day. Black business owners should know Wednesday they can hire new staff because so many people coming in there on that day. Now,
Mhm.
the second part here is the construction. So economics and construction because they tie together. Again, in black neighborhoods, when you have other people coming and doing plumbing, roofing, landscaping, things that normally would put us to work, and they're giving it to people who are not going to send that money home to Africa. We're like taking our resources and giving. It's like heating the house, trying to heat the house, but the windows are open. It just doesn't make sense to give our money to people who's going to take care of their side and don't care about your side. Just don't go together. So the spending that all of us do, we're trying to make sure that it's somewhat measured. So we know that, you go get your hair cut from a black person. We know you go let a black person be your funeral director. We know these are black jobs that we don't get other people, mess with our hair, burying us. So the other areas is wide open and we do lose out on construction roles in our neighborhood. So we like to make sure that everyone know 4 times out the month, that's every 4 Wednesdays, we want you to name the black people that you spent money with. It's called Name Your Four, so it's real specific. Name the 4 black business owners you spent money with. And if you do that and we log that, now they're going into a directory so other blacks in their zip code would know who's in their zip code that runs a business. Let me see what I can do to support them. What do you think about that, DJ?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. I
Now,
still do it.
do you think the business owners, do you think they see value in this or you think they don't?
They see value is not enough, but see value because
Okay.
some of these organizations are still struggling. That's just what it is. But they see value. It's value in it, but like I said, no matter what, it's just not enough of us to know all the black businesses, and that's another thing. So it's still a little struggle.
I want to put this up while we on this. I want people to see it. So I'm gonna take this one down for a second. I want people to be able to see this here because every black business, this is so we shouldn't have to give you reasons to buy black, but here's some reasons to buy black. And it's because every black business is linked to specific grades, kindergarten through 12th grade. And that way, when you spend your money, we want you to feel like and know that the money is coming back. The money is coming back to me. So when I eat at a black restaurant on board with this, it's going to go back to third graders. Now we know they build prisons based on third grader test scores. So even now, when the restaurants buy into this, mean you're going to be putting money so they don't be failing the third grade test and building new prisons. So this here, we'll go through this. This here is the first Wednesday of the month businesses. It's made up of apparel, people that are in the fashion world, beauticians, chefs. It's made up of disc jockeys. We got DJ Claude on here. It's made up of entertainers, made up of restaurants, seamstress, and travel agents. The goal every first Wednesday is for these groups to check in and know who money it is that we're financially supporting out of this group. So if you look on here, you see a month next to every one of these industries. So for apparel, it's October and November. For beauticians, it's March and September. For chefs, it's April. For restaurants, it's February and August. So we know this month is August. So who's getting the free money? Who's getting the extra support this month? Restaurants, because it's August. And then next month, we know it's September. So who's getting it next month, September? Beauticians. Can you see that, DJ Clark?
Yes,
We want
yes.
this group to become so close knit in each city that they know if the city come and boot their car and do something, they need $5,000. They know within their own network they got that because that's what we're doing, loving on each other, supporting each other. How that sound to you, DJ?
Excellent. Mhm.
So as a DJ, you want to get some new equipment. You go to the BW1 group, say, hey, this is what it is, this is what I need. And as a network of people, we just make it happen. So
And
that's
I
BW1. Go
I
ahead.
could have took out a loan and bought me some more equipment
No,
and paid them back
but
in
that's my
percentage.
point. That
Yeah,
that's my
you know
point.
what? Actually, I bought some new equipment, but some more stuff I need to buy. And I had asked some people. I said, "Look, invest in my new equipment, and I pay you back 10% every month until you get paid back." I
And
did
they
say
didn't go
that
for it.
because you know what? Because I thought about like I got the money to buy, but and my thing is why come out my whole pocket with the whole amount when I can just give them back every time I do a job. I give them back their money and 10% I pay them back. I thought that was a good idea. So one person said, "Yeah." I said, "Cool," but I went on
They
and did
ain't
it
enough.
myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they ain't enough. Yeah, one. But that's why we moving in groups of 1,000. So imagine 1,000 people sending you $5 or $10. So that's how we want to move with 1,000 people in anything we do, so it can have significance to it.
Mhm.
All right.
So
So the
actually,
next one.
actually,
Oh, go ahead.
actually, I'm a BW1. I'm offered that position to BW1 for two things I need to buy. So it's I think the two things I need to buy for my DJ is like $300. Instead of me
See,
paying $300, I would give somebody a couple of dollars.
see.
That's what I'm gonna do. I
It,
think
and
I'll
now
do that. Yeah,
you just using the structure. And that's what it's designed
that's
for.
all. Yeah, that's
That's
it.
all.
Yeah,
That's the purpose of this whole thing is to know that we got everything we need. We just got to agree.
yeah, right.
So
That's it.
and 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 if you needed something bigger, let's say $100,000 to get some, now we go to BW2, BW3, BW4, say, hey y'all, listen, we got an opportunity here. I know y'all not in my group, but if y'all come on board, I'm gonna be able to give y'all X. You know what I mean? So that's when you broker
Right.
that
Yep.
deal, you know.
Yep.
But we as
Yep.
black business owners are organized now. That's the best part. We're organized in our lane, so no one's getting burnt out, you know. Okay, so
Right. There
beauty
you go.
supply. So beauty supply. We got our sister with the curl mix. I'm watching her. I told her, keep asking for money. Don't be ashamed because people got to know. If they got it, they can. If they don't worry about it. But don't be afraid to keep asking. So she is asking. And again, I want to one day get her to know this is her network. We should be able to get in touch with daycares to support you, gas stations, cleaners, landscapers, well, that's landlords, liquor stores, realtors. They should all be rallying behind supporting her because they know their money is coming when they're going to get the support. What do you think about that?
Right. Yeah. Is she the one on 82nd in College Groves?
Right
Or
by the rink, by the old rink. She
okay, it's
moving
one
though.
over there. Okay, is she the one who was on like on 80th and College Grove?
Yep, yep,
So
yep,
that's a
yep.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's the one I go to to buy stuff I need.
See, so you ain't named them as your folk before. I don't remember you saying having that conversation, but that's cool.
Yeah. Ma, I go
I
to her because I knew she was in the group. But when I needed something, I would go there and buy it.
Nah, it's all
But
love. It's all good.
yeah, but I don't think I put him in my fort because I had forgot because I've been going to the restaurants a lot. But I still go to a period, even though I might have forgot to mention it. But that's the one I would want to buy any supplies I need.
That's what it's about. We want it to become a
Yeah,
regular habit. So yeah,
yeah,
we do it right on GP. So BW2, the second Wednesday group is about beauty supply owners, car wash owners, cellular store owners, cleaners, daycares, gas stations, landlords, liquor stores, realtors, electricians, martial arts, HVAC, and of course, corner stores, doctors, dentists, you name it. This is like, oh, doctors and dentists on the BW3. So I'm sorry, corner store. I shouldn't have read that. It stops at realtors, liquor stores, and landlords. But imagine them banding together to be there for each other. So that's kind of the benefit of that. The third Wednesday is made up of barbers, is made up of dentists, doctors, lounges, landscapers, moving companies, massage, funeral homes, and accountants. We know these people in our family, on our block. Let's get them on board at the third Wednesday. Just check in. Let's build that up. Imagine what that looked like if all these landlords got together and they came last Wednesday and said we want to do X, Y, and Z. Well, we say you got fourth graders, so let's do it big for the fourth graders. The barbers, do it big for the eighth graders. Let's go. Let's do this. So I'm with you. This is going to allow us to really get visible and make sure our people feel relaxed in their own neighborhood. What do you think?
okay, yeah, that's cool.
And then the last one is mainly our construction one. So it's made up of corner stores, HVAC, electricians, martial arts, painters, authors, plumbers, carpenters, mechanics, lawyers, judges, journalists, bricklayers, and so forth. This is also you, DJ Cloud, of course, HVAC, you know what I mean? But the key here is we just want to make sure if you're busy, cool, but let the money reign. Let the money do the work when you're not there because we got to win people over. And part of it is they heard stuff before, they don't believe it. They need to see
Yeah,
it so they can believe it. What do you think about that?
yeah, that's true. It's very important that they do need to see it. I understand that part. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Sometimes, yeah, I was trying to listen, but I was trying to figure out where I was going right now. I'm sorry about
Oh no, no, go ahead. Actually, so yeah, so this is our break period before the 4 o'clock. So we got 5 minutes to be on break, and then we're going to come back and continue with the
that.
Zoom. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, we are back. We are back. We are back. Let's go back to the document we had up there first. Okay, here we go. So what we want to go through now, um, we go get into construction by talking about Gary, Indiana's rebuild. For those who don't know, an unprecedented storm took place, and a lot of devastation has happened to this town of 76,000 people, um, Black people primarily, and it's going to take a long time to rebuild some of these neighborhoods and some of these homes. And so I want to put this out there so people can know. I know it's a lot of fine print. You can't read it, so I'm just going to kind of go over it. But it happened on Tuesday, August 11th, around 11 o'clock. That's when it touched down, and I'm still without power, and many others are still without power 11 days later. Today is the 22nd. So whenever a disaster strike any of our cities that we're in, please know that these codes that I'm about to read off to you is how we want to respond. So all the YS 1 through 4 codes, each of those codes represents a Sunday, first, second, third, fourth Sunday. And these people that are assigned to these codes are in these industries. They are restaurants, they are seamstress, they are caterers, and they are journalists. And so, if you're any of them fields, in this case with Gary, Indiana, how you can help is if you're a journalist in Detroit, you can help with asking, finding out who are the journalists in Gary, and asking them, what do you need? What can I rally my troops in Detroit to do to help you as a journalist? Same if you're a caterer in St. Louis and you want to help Gary, rally and get in touch with the caterer in Gary, Indiana. Say, what can I do to help you? The point is, when you in your lane reach out to your colleague in the same lane from wherever jurisdiction into Gary, you're going to be touching someone in Gary that we may miss being on the ground. So it just allows us to have all hands on deck in your arena. The GM 1 through 4 is Monday, first Monday, second Monday, third, fourth Monday. So the first Monday is farmers. We already know the food is poisoning in America. So any farmers that grow their own food, that's valuable, whether this devastation happened or not. We should be looking to buy food from people that we know grew it. So the farmers in Mississippi can help reach out to the farmers in Atlanta, and and Gary and Alma is a key person as a farmer. Quabena and Gary is a farmer, so they can reach out to them and find out what can I do to support you. All right. GM2 is landlords, business entrepreneurs. So the landlords is double edged. Some landlords might be in trouble with their tenants for not taking care of them, or the other way around. The landlords love helping the tenants. So if you, as a landlord in California, reach out to the Gary landlords, find out what can I do to support you or your tenants. That's how you can help. GM3 is our technology people, engineers. So if you're an engineer in Miami, get in touch with a Gary engineer. Hey, how can I help you? GM4 is our trades people, HVAC, plumbers, electricians. Electricians are going to be big because the funnels that take the electricity into your home, the electric company is not coming on your private property. So that's a big deal. And you should chime in on that. What you know about that, DJ Clark? Uh-oh, did we lose you? No, you might be on mute. Okay, whenever you come off mute, just give us your thoughts on that. So that's how you can help. I gave you 8 ways. Now YT1 is Yellow Tuesday, first, second, third, fourth Tuesday. Here we have our entertainers, whether it's singing, dancing, sports. Do what you do, but make it a fundraiser and give the money to people in Gary. I work with the Gary entertainers. YT2 is our police firefighters. So that's going to be government got to be involved. You can't just willy and do your own thing with that. But just get in touch with a Gary police, Gary firefighter, ask how their family's doing, if we can support them as well. The third Tuesday, that's our research scientists, very people that's inquisitive. So we already know there's a lot of questions about what happened in Gary. Let them get in touch with the chemists and biologists in Gary and find out and do the research and let the rest of the people know things we wouldn't have known if y'all didn't do the research. Then YT4 is our lawyers. It's going to be a lot of lawsuits flying around as a result of this. So if you're a lawyer in Memphis, Tennessee, get in touch with a Gary lawyer and see how you can help. Then we get to Wednesday, Blue Wednesday, first Wednesday, second, third, fourth Wednesday. Here, first Wednesday is our photographers. We need to document this historic event. So if you're a photographer in St. Paul, Minnesota, get in touch with a Gary photographer, see what you can do to support them. BW2 is our detectives, investigators. Again, when tragedy strikes, sometimes the exploiters strike, and they're trying to use this vulnerable moment to do something in terms of kidnapping, abducting, things of that nature. They love to prey when it's innocent, people not looking, paying attention. You was about to say something, DJ? Okay. BW3 represents our nurses. And of course, caring for the elderly is always in order. Here in this case, if you're a nurse in San Diego, get in touch with a Gary nurse. How can I help you? What do you and your family need? BW4, that's the fourth Wednesday of the month. That's our administrators. Those are people that's our paper pushers. We know how important that is. And so it's administration behind everything. If FEMA releases money, you're going to have people to help people with those FEMA paperwork. So that's what you can do, is get in touch with our Gary people that's in clerical admin. Um, Then we get to Fridays. First Friday, second Friday, third Friday, fourth Friday. DJ, just come on in if you're going to comment on anything. All right. So the first Friday is veterinarians. So we already know that our pets, some of them are traumatized with what they've gone through as well. So if you're a veterinarian, you someone that love pets and animals, get in touch with a Gary person that love pets and animals or is a veterinarian as well. The second Friday is about our politicians. They know what to do, or should know what to do politically, get resources down from their level of government to the people, remove roadblocks that your people may be going through. GF3, the third Friday of the month, is about accountants. Whatever we do paperwork wise with the fourth Wednesday, we got to make sure it adds up. And that's what the accountants do. They make sure things are balanced. Then the fourth Friday is our landscapers. So making sure that these trees are getting removed. That's what you can do if you someone out of town in Cleveland, Ohio. You do landscaping. Come on into Gary and help connect with the people that do landscaping here in Gary and do go out and directly help people. All right, the last one is a Saturday. DJ Clyde, you had anything so far? Okay. So the first Saturday is about travel. In this way, I thought about it. The travel will be you helping to get people out of Gary for a week, just so they can take a bath and unwind, since they've been 11 days not being able to do that as much. So that's the benefit. If you're a travel agent, in Dallas, Texas, and you want to add value, that's how you can add value. Get in touch with our travel agents, our people dealing with getting out of town. Second Saturday is all about teachers, so we already know that's a big deal. So if you're a teacher, in LA, get in touch with the teacher in Gary, see how you can help. The third Saturday is our doctors. So this is people with major medical conditions like oxygen, and you'll die if your electric go off, that type. So get in touch with, if you're a doctor, all the way in Kansas City, Missouri, get in touch with our doctors here, ask what they need. The last one is today. Every fourth Saturday is our sales and marketing. We know that's your brand. That's what that's about. And all these companies have a brand. They don't want to be branded as being the one who didn't care about Gary, who was insensitive. So they're looking to make sure that their brand is good. So again, if you're a marketer, in Miami, Florida, get with our marketers here so we can make sure that collectively you're supporting, adding value to us. We're documenting this so we can make sure everyone know this is what coordination looks like. So that's it. I wanted to go over that, spend some time on that because I think this is important, and I'm glad we got this captured on YouTube so people can see that for the future. Any thoughts on that, DJ Clark?
I'm sorry, I was outside the truck. I
Yeah,
missed a lot.
but yeah, but did you hear anything resonate with you? What you heard?
Everything you was talking about, I know pretty cool, so I can't complain.
Yeah, and I wanted to give people that because a lot of people don't know, and so I want people to be able to have all 20 career clubs so they can make up their mind how they want to add value.
Okay, that's the key. Straight up.
Now it's a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. So now, all right, every single person, DJ Clyde, I'm gonna call you later, and we're gonna go through this too. This is new, and it's not all the way ready, but I'm gonna walk through the spirit of it. So what this is when we talk to you, do a one-on-one with you, we want you to select 30 people you last called or called you in your phone and put them on this document here. So if you like your last name H, so who else last name H called? They will go under the February and case section, list 5 of them people and their phone number. Then next month is L through O people, September. So in your phone, who last name is L, M, N, or O? Put them on that. So when we get done having a conversation with you, we should be able to go through your phone and write down the name of 30 people. And when you put their name in the section, that's your personal support system right there. Them your people in your phone, not our people, them your people. But you just organize them this way. So now you can start to work on getting productivity out of them. And when I say productivity out of them, let's just say they always waited on you to pay for the dinner tab. But now, twice a year, you go make sure they pay for the dinner tab. And based on their last name, that's who's gonna be paying it. So it just allows you to be in the driver's seat because you know when it's your turn, when it's time to press them, and you know you ain't burning them out on the back end because it's only twice a year. So they really shouldn't say nothing. So this is brilliant in a way of making sure we always got personal layers of support and external layers of support. And if we had to, we can tap into national layers of support. What do you think about that, DJ? All right, he's driving, so he might be in and out. But I wanted everyone to see this. But this is what's coming down the pipeline to everybody is organizing the first 30 people in your phone so we can have you with a support system. And if you get your people buying into this, it's gonna make it easier for Detroit, St. Louis, and other places because we'll have it working somewhere. Okay, I hope that helps. Let me take this down now. All righty, let's go here. Okay, so this next document here that I want to show you guys is how this award process works. So the brother on the left name is Al Wilson Jr. out of Mississippi, truck driver. He's a behind the scenes guy. We had to wrestle him for this picture because he like to support and be quiet. All truck drivers are linked to seventh graders in our global network. So if you're a truck driver, we already know where we want you to help at. And that's with seventh grade. So that's on the left, brother Al Wilson Jr. On the right is the seventh grader Jonathan and his mama. Um, so what happened was she was on Channel 7 News, talking about how she had to throw away all her food, power outage, things of that nature. So when I met her the next day after people told her it's this guy giving out money, but it wasn't me. It was the money that was being donated from Chicago from an organization called B1. So it was their money, but they attached it to me. And so anyway, she called me and said, "Hey, I'm the one on the news. I'm going through X, Y, and Z. Can you come over and assess it?" So I came over there and looked at it. Come to find out she had a seventh grader. She's talking about need money for food. So it made sense to, since we got this $70 from, Al Wilson Jr., that we blessed this seventh grader with it to keep the system going. Truck drivers help seventh graders. Now I had to brief, make sure the young male knew that at the end of the day, family first. Like even though you got this, you gotta take care of family. Don't be so self-centered where it's all about you and you don't care about the rest of the household. So this is what it looks like when you support the grade that's linked to you. And this young man now gets to see himself, in a good light. Any thoughts on that, DJ? Okay, he's